The sun is an integral part of our lives, and whether or not you're a flat earther or a normal member of society, there's no doubt that it exists and produces heat and light. Or is there? Because one flat earther is adamant that it doesn't produce any heat at all. This is Multi-Tom-Tom debunking the sun. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a quick thank you to the sponsors of today's video, Raycon. Raycon is disrupting the electronics industry by designing premium wireless audio for half the price without compromise. They're doing things differently than other brands out there. From the way they design their products to the way they price them, Raycon prioritises their customer experience from start to finish. The company was co-founded by Ray J, and celebrities like Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson are obsessed with Raycons. Raycon earbuds give you 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass and a more compact design for a comfortable noise isolating fit. If you're trying to take a break from screens but don't want to feel totally unplugged, then Raycon wireless earbuds are the best way to bring your favourite content with you wherever you go. I've been going for walks and using my Raycons to catch up with my Simon Dan book club reading. It really does help. Raycon offers their wireless earbuds in a range of fun colours and patterns with a variety of fit options and no dangling wires or stems. Plus, they've also got a 45-day free return policy. Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/SimonDan to get 15% off your Raycon purchase. Right, back to today's video where Multi-Tom-Tom wants to say something about the sun. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at another one of his videos he made where he took a look at my $5,000 Flat Earth Challenge.
This is Simon Dan, or Sci-Fi Dan as I like to call him, because he loves science fiction. He's the new pinup boy of YouTube and for gay men all over the globe.
Firstly, so what if I was? Completely not insulted by that. And secondly, the globe?
He recently made a video where he sets out 3 challenges for flat earthers to complete. The problem with the challenge, however, is that all 3 are scientifically impossible.
Excellent, well conceded Multi-Tom-Tom. We'll keep the running total of genuine attempts for the challenge at 0. So let's get to the main event and the fact that Multi-Tom-Tom doesn't believe that the sun produces heat. Does he have any evidence in his video? Only one way to find out.
The sun, a giant nuclear furnace that is 93 million miles away, producing heat and light. Wrong.
So it doesn't produce light? Obvious question straight away then is, how do we see things?
The sun is close and local, and it's true that the sun produces light. However, the sun itself is not hot.
Okay, so it produces light but not heat. Evidence imminent, I hope.
The sun produces heat, but not the way that you think it does. This website is called Cool Cosmos and it's from Caltech. Like most of mainstream science, there's so much wrong with this article. Almost every sentence in this paragraph is wrong.
Oh bless him, why does he do this so much?
So let's quickly go through the article. The sun is a star. Wrong. If mainstream science doesn't know the difference between our sun and the stars, then there is not much hope in our learned friends, the scientists.
Okay, so we know that the sun contains over 90% hydrogen and about 8% helium, with a very, very tiny percentage of other elements. The amount of those other elements is known as the star's metallicity. The primary method of detecting a star's metallicity is spectroscopy, which detects the chemical constituents of a star by looking at its light. And guess what? There are many, many stars out there that have a similar metallicity to the Sun.
Our Sun is unique. Nothing else has the same properties as our Sun.
That is an incorrect statement. You just need to look up at night and see that other stars emit light, just like our Sun does.
Stars, on the other hand, are really tiny compared to the Sun.
That's what happens when they're extremely far away.
Stars have electromagnetic charges going through them. They are being charged, and this charge produces starlight.
Being charged by what? Where is your evidence?
You can see this effect when you zoom in on a star. All stars have different colors, shapes and sizes.
Yes, some are much larger than others, and depending on temperature will have a different colour. Here is a guide at the different types of stars. You can see how they all differ. They are all round though. Gravity.
It is a huge, spinning, glowing sphere of hot gas. Wrong. The Sun is not as big as they claim it is.
I'm sure the evidence for this is coming.
Because the Sun is in our atmosphere. It is close and local.
He said atmos plane.
The Sun is actually a spinning, glowing sphere of plasma. The Sun is just like the stars you see in the night sky. Wrong. See my previous answers. It appears so much larger and brighter than the other stars because we are so close to it. Wrong. I know that you are saying that the Sun is only 93 million miles away compared to the other stars which are light years away.
Correct.
No. Both the Sun and all the stars are within our atmosphere and close.
Any evidence?
They are in the sky. The Sun is the center of our solar system and contains most of the mass in the solar system. Wrong. There is no solar system. The heliocentric model is just a model that was created by Nicolaus Copernicus, and we've been living on it ever since. The Sun is above us in the sky. It travels from east to west on a daily basis. The Earth is an enclosed system, and all luminaries are within the container.
So let me get this straight. You're just going to completely disagree with this entire article without supplying any evidence as to why it's wrong. Standard flat earthiness there.
All of the planets in our solar system, including Earth, orbit around the Sun.
Oh, I wonder what he's going to say here. Any ideas, Jonathan?
It's a total fabrication.
Could be.
Wrong.
Well done, buddy.
As mentioned about a minute ago, there is no solar system. Planets are not planets. They are wandering stars, meaning they do not have a regular orbit. The Sun travels around the Earth, not the other way around.
They don't have a regular orbit, but we can predict exactly where they're going to be in the future.
So it looks like our friends from Caltech are completely wrong about the Sun. They don't have a clue what the Sun is.
This is so cringe, isn't it?
The men in white coats give us this cartoon as an example of the layers of the atmosphere, or rather the atmosphere plane. There is so much wrong with it. For example, look at the temperature gradient. As you rise in elevation, the temperature reaches 0, then goes below minus 85 degrees centigrade. Then all of a sudden, it magically rises to 2000 degrees centigrade in the exosphere. There is absolutely no evidence for this.
This is because of your misunderstanding of temperature. Temperature is essentially the fast-moving nature of particles. Because there are relatively few molecules and atoms in the exosphere, even a tiny amount of solar energy will excite them enough to rapidly increase the air temperature. But think about it. If NASA wanted to make our world believable, then why would they say that this is the case? As Richard Feynman once said,
"But whatever way it comes out, its nature is there and she's going to come out the way she is."
They just made it up because they felt like it. Nobody can prove those kind of temperatures at elevation.
the instruments we have up there can though.
The hottest temperatures ever recorded are at places like Death Valley, California, the Sub-Sahara region, North Africa, Kuwait, Iran, etc. That is because the sun is directly overhead, over the Tropic of Cancer during the summer solstice. And likewise, during the winter solstice, the sun is directly over the Tropic of Capricorn. And places like Australia, South Africa, and South America receives the hottest temperatures. This proves that the sun moves between the tropics.
But it also proves that the Earth is tilted and it orbits the sun.
And this is one of the major reasons that we have seasons. The sun itself is not hot. I repeat, the sun itself is not hot.
You really don't want to repeat that, buddy.
The sun is within our atmosphere plane. It is close and local. Now I will explain how the sun generates heat.
This should be good.
The sun produces electromagnetic radiation. The sun rays are in fact this radiation. On Earth, we have a thinner atmosphere plane at height, at elevation, containing less denser gases such as the noble gases.
Oh, so there's a density gradient in our atmosphere. Okay.
At ground level, we have much denser gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc.
Well, it's not that those gases are denser, the whole lot is mixed up.
So the sun charges the ions in these dense gases, and the electrical charge from the sun generates heat.
This could not be more completely wrong. First off, ions in the atmosphere are pretty rare in terms of all the other stuff that the air contains. An ion, by the way, is a positive or negatively charged atom. Secondly, the ions that do form in the atmosphere are because of the sun's light. They're not in the atmosphere already waiting for the sun's light.
This is the major reason that the temperature is much colder at height. If the sun itself was hot, then the opposite would be true. The density of the different gases also explain the pressure gradient system.
Oh, you mean the pressure gradient system that's caused by gravity? That one?
According to our friend Wikipedia, the current official highest registered air temperature on Earth is 56.7 degrees centigrade, which is 134.1 degrees Fahrenheit. recorded on 10th July 1913 at Furnace Creek Ranch in Death Valley in the United States. So the highest temperature the sun can generate is around 60 degrees centigrade.
Just because that's the hottest temperature here on Earth, it doesn't mean that's the hottest that the sun can get.
So once again I repeat, the sun is not hot.
You simply have to appreciate that these flat earthers are a real bunch of triers, aren't they? Everything has literally been debunked, so they're moving on to other things and saying stuff like that the sun is literally not hot. What's next? Water isn't wet? Right, there we go, another Flat Earth Friday all wrapped up in a nice, small, flatter size package. Multi-Tom-Tom will probably respond to this one by saying I'm a fraud or something. Thank you all very much for watching today. If you enjoyed it, then please do like and subscribe. It'll be very, very appreciated. Just enough time to once again thank Raycon for sponsoring. Remember, visit buyraycon.com/SimonDan to get 15% off your first Raycon purchase. I have been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Tuesday where I'll be tier ranking conspiracies. See you then.